Boland Report. Good evening. Welcome to the Boland Report. Uh, uh, the panel on the 9 at the age of 87 from cancer. I have been nominated to fill Justin Gisbert's seat, but no one will ever take her place, Mrs. Barron told senators in her opening statement on Monday. I will be forever grateful for the path she marked and the life she led. In the election. The Supreme Court confirmation still upending American life. However, the current committee is potentially volatile. During the opening remarks, Democrats before the election to be deciding vote to strike healthcare reforms passed under Democrat. To drive this point home, aides have placed photos of Americans who have benefited from Democratic senator began speaking. This topic of abortion, which motivate political adversary as much as more favorable political ground. One may be unused. Focus on Judge Bear. Often they can provide for a job. The confirmation hearing gave Judge Bear a chance to explain her legal qualification. In her remark to the committee, she thanks President Trump for entrusting me with this profound responsibility, which she called the honor of a lifetime. She discussed the importance of family, how her parents prepare her for a life of service, principle, and faith and love. The state and also paid tribute to judges which she has worked with, including former Supreme Court Justice Anthony Solon. His judo was straight. His judo viewpoint was straightforward. A judge must apply the law as written, not as the judge wishes it was. Judge Barrett also argued the elected politician makes policy decision and value judgment, not Supreme Court justice. In every case, I have carefully considered Mrs. The Republican committee chairman said that Judge Boland in the category of excellence, something that the country should be proud of. However, the top Barrett appointee could pose a direct threat to Obamacare, a public insurance scheme the Trump administration is attempting to challenge before the courts. Simply put, I do not think we should said calling for the hearing to be delayed till after the election. Senator Kamala Harris, the 2020 Democrat vice president nominee, echoed her call as focusing on her criticism of Mrs. Barrett's nomination on the potential that she could overturn Obamacare. Judge Barrett nomination put the jeopardy Justin Ginsburg's legacy and the rights she fought hard to protect, Ms. Harris said. By replacing Justin Ginsburg with someone who would undo her legacy, Donald Trump is attempting to roll back Americans' rights for decades to come, she said. Every American must understand, with this nomination, equal justice under law is at stake. Vermont Democrat Patrick Lisa said the shameful. Iowa Republican and scare tactics smeared the nomination and outrage disparaged her of her religious beliefs. The social network set a new policy to prohibit any content that denies or distorts the Holocaust. Facebook boss and founder Mark Zuckerberg wrote that he struggled with the tense backlash, but on Monday, as Facebook changed its policy, he wrote that he changed his mind. My own thinking has evolved as I've seen data showing an increase in anti-Semitic but the Holocaust being banned. Facebook Vice President of Content Policy Monica Menta said that the company had made the decision alongside the well-documented rise in anti-Semitic globally and the alarming level of arrogance about the Holocaust, especially among young people. This year, searching for the Holocaust or denial on Facebook would direct users to credible information, but she also warned that changes would not happen overnight and training its employees and automated system would take time. The World Jewish Congress, which has conferred with Facebook on anti-Semitic, welcomed the move. Denying the Holocaust, trivializing or minimizing is a tool used to spread hate and false conspiracy about Jews and other minority groups, said in a statement. But he also noted that he has campaigned for the removal of Holocaust denial content from the platform for several years. Jonathan Greenblatt, chief executive of the Anti-Defamation League, tweeted, "This has been years in the making. Having personally engaged with Facebook on the issue, I can attest the ban on the Holocaust denial is a big deal. Glad it's finally happened." It was a bit of a wait that Facebook was quite radically fake news in recent months. We've still seen loopholes from old moderators. This isn't happening enough. The combined platform Facebook and Instagram, which owns by Facebook, has an extraordinary reach of billions of users worldwide. That power has to be used responsibly, and Facebook acknowledges this. The advertising has to be done to tackle hate speech. Mark Zuckerberg insists that has always been the champion of freedom of speech. The best way to fight bad speech is with good speech, he's always said. But this latest move to Facebook has now accepted it needs to be more proactive in combating hate speech. Because they never paid into it or don't have enough hours. On Monday morning, some people reported having issue applying to the Government of Canada website. According to screenshots posted on social media, numerous people got errors, messages saying you cannot apply for the Canada Recovery Benefit. Error messages told messages they do not qualify for support payment. Work time on Monday morning on the CRB website saying that the CRA was expecting tech issues with the application for recovery benefits and was urgently. A spokesperson told CBC just before 12:30 p.m. that the issue has been fixed. Taxpayers may resume their application. The CRA regresses monetary impact that they may have on applications, and we appreciate their patience. The new benefits from the federal government comes in effect as the concern rises about increasing job losses with restaurants, bars, and fitness centers to slow the spread of COVID-19 caused by the coronavirus. Applications also opened last week for new caregiver benefits after numerous calls since the start of the pandemic for adding support for parents and others who are forced to miss work due to care for dependent due to COVID-19. Women have seen a disproportionate impact on their careers and earnings because of the pandemic because they have largely shouldered the burden of childcare and homeschooling. The caregiver benefits apply to people who miss work because of school or daycare closure, those children who miss school or daycare because they have contracted the virus or may have been exposed. This also applies to people who forced to miss work to care for a family member who needs specialized care that is unavailable to them due to COVID-19. The federal government expects 700,000 Canadians will apply for the caregiver benefits. The government has also created 2 weeks for people who can't work because they contracted COVID-19 or must self-isolate because of the virus. The multi-billion-dollar suite of new benefits are taking effect following a political battle in Parliament that ultimately saw all parties voting in favor of them, but not just before the airing of widespread concern that the Liberal government was rushing through them. When we come back, the latest global news headlines. We'll be right back. The Israel government announced approved. The country recently signed normally head of Israel Prime Minister Ben. He spoke to the weekend with Abba Debat in the investment, tourism, energy, technology, and other fields. The Prime Minister said, with Israel MNL flags flagging the conference table. We will also cooperate and already cooperating in the fight against the coronavirus pandemic. Sheikh Mohammed, the UAE day-to-day ruler, separated tweeted confirmation of the call Monday, saying they discussed prospects for peace and the need for stability, the cooperation and development in the region. Between the two since the September signing ceremony at the White House lawn he attended with the Emirate Foreign Minister. The Knesset is to stay to vote on ratifying the deal on Thursday. Class ties between Israel and several Gulf nations forged in recent years over a shared concern over the regional rival Iran. Since then has been first Israel. The normalization agreement has outraged the Palestinians, whose leaders have called for deals a betray of the longtime Arab stance that recognition that Israel would only come after the Palestinians attain independent state of their own. He's saying that he's undergoing treatment. He told British OK magazine that he learned 6 weeks ago that he had given a bad prognosis and were given 5, 10, or even 15 years later, Parker told the magazine. We are devastated, but we are going to fight this on all the way, he said in an Instagram post. We don't want your sadness, just we want your love and positive, and together options. In May, Parker and Elsie Hardwick, second child. The couple also had 16-month-old daughter. The cancer is the same type of cancer that claimed the life of Gord Downie, the lead singer of the Canadian rock band, that tragically hit 3 years ago. Before we head into a quick break, due to the Thanksgiving holiday, we will be right back. Six people were arrested, and more than 30 buildings and businesses were damaged when this downtown celebration turned chaotic after the LA Lakers won their 17th National Basketball Association Championship, police said Monday. Failure to disperse, vandalism, and assault on a police officer, a police department statement said. 8 officers were treated for injuries, and 2 members of the crowd less lethal maneuver fired by officers, statement said. The celebration by 1,000 people were initially larger, peaceful, but unruly individual mixed into the crowd and threw glass, bottles, rocks, and police said in a statement. The Lakers beat the Miami Heat 106-93 Sunday night in Lake Vista, Florida, to win the NBA Finals in 6 games. The sounds of fireworks immediately spread across LA as fans headed to Staples Center, the Lakers' home court, to celebrate, despite orders to stay away. Celebrations were mostly peaceful, but some rocks and bottles were thrown at officers, KABC TV reported. Videos online showed that cars doing the donuts and fireworks being set off in the middle of the street, which is illegal without a permit, KCAL TV reported. Witnesses told the LA Times that officers fired beanbag rounds at one point, which sent some people running. A few officers on horseback worked to push the crowds away from the Staples Center. Later in the night, the large gathering fractured into several groups. Mayor Eric Boland has disencouraged public gatherings to celebrate the win, instead urging fans to cheer on the team from home. Others in group, the mayor tweeted in reference to the coronavirus. Mecca on the fourth and goal within 15 seconds left. And the Seahawks beats Minnesota Vikings 27-26 on Sunday night. Seattle improved to a 5-0 for the first time in franchise history, with Wilson providing some primetime magic. And Wilson was 20 of 32 for 217 yards and 3 touchdowns. It wasn't his best performance, but he had a pass intersected by Eric Wilson on a careless attempt midway through the fourth quarter. But he 4th and 10 conversion on the third Metcalf early in the possession. Seattle appeared to get the winning touchdown to Metcalf on the second and goal, but he lost the ball as he was hit from behind. Given an narrow chance on the 4th and goal, right window. Minnesota Kirk Cousins with 27 of 39 for 249 yards and 2 second half touchdown passes to Adam. Alexander Matson rushed for a career high 110 yards in place of David Cook after he suffered a groin injury on the opening possession. That was stopped on the 4th and 1 at the Seattle 6 with 1 minute and 59 seconds left, setting a stage for yet another Wilson comeback. The decision by the Minnesota coach Mike Zimmer that certainly will be questioned. A field goal would have been given Minnesota a 29-21 lead and forced Seattle to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. Instead, the Vikings, who are 1-4, were tagged with another crushing loss in a challenging start to the season. Meanwhile, into their bye week, riding the best start in the franchise history. Not even the 2013 team that went on to win the only Super Bowl title for the franchise started 5-0. It didn't seem like Wilson came back, making a Minnesota leading 13-0 at halftime. But Seattle suddenly ignited at the third quarter with a 21-point barrage that took less than 2 minutes. Wilson, Will Disley, and Metcalf on the touchdown pass around the fumble by Cousins. After Cousins' pass was intercepted by KJ Wright, Chris Carson Cousin led Minnesota 94 yards, capping the drive with a 6-yard touchdown pass to the 15-minute play. Drive took 8 minutes off the clock and gave Minnesota a 26 lead with 7 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. Over the next 2 drives combined, Cousins was 10-13 of the 104. When I come back, I have some final Or whether I'm super for the last few years, especially giving me advice on different topics. Even though this pandemic has been hard for many people, I'm just thankful for the health and safety in this country. As you know, Canada is a vast country. I am thankful for the many times I've traveled across this western nation. I've been to Calgary, Edmonton, and of course, my beautiful home in British Columbia. I just the people I have in my life, and just on that. One of the things that you think about as you're having your dinner with your family, or you're just eating your leftovers, or access to food, or even a job. Just be thankful. Just when you have just the next several months as we close off 2020. Think about the stuff that made you just glow in light. It may be a TikTok video that you created on TikTok, or it could be as simple as giving a homeless person a sandwich on the side of the road, or it could be as simple as just being there for your family or friends to encourage them, especially during a difficult time. Wherever you're going through in life, just be thankful. Be thankful, and that just trust in yourself. Just think positive. Thank you for watching the Boland Report. And we hope that you have a awesome, awesome rest of your red day. As you know, follow W World Media online. So follow W News Network for the latest news, weather, news network. Also visit W News Network for the latest